Children at Treat Development Center is a non-profit, a non-governmental, non-political foundation for Ministry of Mercy Home in Nigeria. And their concentration, of course, cuts across street children to giving basic education, health and nutrition, HIV and AIDS care, child rights protection from trafficking, labor, exploitation, abuse, and also legal aid. They also are into research, guidance, and counseling. So many things they do at the Luta Welfare for Children at Faith Development Center. As usual, we have two persons from the center. Apostle Matthew, you're welcome, sir, to the program.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
And of course, Reverend Ilo is also in the studio today.
Thank you for being with us.
Okay, we'll be looking at preventing and treating health cases of orphans and vulnerable children. And I think this is a major concern, or should be a major concern, because our society today has not paid good attention, I must say, to the orphans and vulnerable children, especially children off the street and children in the streets. Am I correct, Reverend? Did I?
In and off the street.
Yes, that's correct. You know, I learned that on this program. Okay?
Oh.
Because I never could differentiate them until you had that addition. Okay, so we'll be looking at preventing and treating health cases of orphans and vulnerable children. But first, I'd like for Apostle to, throw more light on orphans and vulnerable children. Who are this category of persons?
In the first place, I must also view from this way. If you are dealing with fowl, and if the fowl dies, you can convert to meat. If you are dealing with goat, and if the goat dies, you can convert it to meat.
That's right.
But if you are dealing with life of human being, even if it's a day-old child, if that child dies, it constitutes a problem.
Okay.
So that is why, who are the orphans? Orphans are those that their parents are normal. Yeah, but it could be, we have what we call paternal orphans and maternal orphans, and we have double orphans. So paternal orphans are those that their fathers are no longer there, but the mother is still there, but vulnerable. Some of them are vulnerable, or some of them little well doing. But on the other hand, now when the father or the mother goes, that's when we mean maternal or paternal orphan. But when we said double orphan is when the father and the mother are normal, which I'm evidence of that.
We are talking about those children whose parents are still alive. They are alive. But sometimes, because of health-related issues, some must have become insane, that they have a mental challenges, or maybe sometimes economic challenges. Certain factors must have rendered the parents so helpless that the children at that point have lost all form of support. And if you watch carefully in our society, sometimes you discover there are orphans that ordinarily sometimes are far better than some children whose parents are alive. And that is why we are trying to deviate internationally from institutionalization, which we call the orphanage. Because when you take the one that has no parents to the orphanage, why wouldn't you collect? Have you ever seen children who have parents and you collect them to the orphanage? So that is why we must return back to where you can find all of these children in their number, in their cases, and address them as they are holistic. That's why the word orphans and vulnerable comes in. No parents. Parents are there. They're weak and helpless. Actually, in commemoration of the 500 years anniversary of Martin Luther for his reformation around the world, Luther welfare was actually changed and reincorporated to bear Luther welfare instead of Bible Care Foundation. Okay. And that is what brought them factually to working element. And now we are just about to call it 2 years in operation within the environment. But over 10 years we have been in services, and that is why whatever we are doing, we have so much experience. You can trust us with what we do. Thank you.
So 2 years
As youth
professional
welfare.
in Ogoniland as digital welfare. Okay, so you mentioned 177 children, no deaths recorded thus far.
For now.
That's a good one. So, what have you identified as the needs of these orphans and vulnerable children, health-wise?
We'll give a detail of what is happening because already we have the statistics right here with us, but we want the public to be aware. We became actually disturbed. We have to build a report. We have met people like Doctors Without Borders and other groups to study this report with us, and they actually saw that there is need to intervene. But unfortunately, they are not directly into medical services to that level except things that have to do with sexual violence. So for that reason, I want to say categorically, we have identified cases and it's going to reach to you because it has been studied and reported into a table and someone hearing us can begin to see. You will see what orphans suffer, possibly why they suffer that. Let him just give you the detail.
Okay. Here now, if you look at our table here now, we have the classes. Yeah, we have the sicknesses designated columns, where we have stomach pain, we have the fever, we have vomiting, we have chicken pox, we have wounds, we have bile, we have headache, we have cough, we have neck pains. In week 1, between the 8th day of February, 8th January to 2nd February 2018, here now, we recorded in week 1, we recorded 3 persons in 1 week that have stomach pain. Why in that same week we recorded 4 persons that had fever. Yeah, we have 1 person vomiting, we have 1 person suffering a chicken pox, we have 2 persons that had wounds. We have 1 person, we have, in 2nd week here now, we have 5 persons that suffer the same stomach pain. In 3rd week, we have another 3. Put together now, we had 11 persons that suffered the stomach ache.
11 cases.
11 cases. Different people, different children, not the same person. And we had, for the fever, we had 5 persons that suffer vomiting and that suffer fever. We had 9 persons suffering for vomiting. We had total number of 1 person that suffer for chicken pox. We had 2 persons that suffer for wounds. We had 1 person for bile, while we had 6 for headache. We had 1 person for cough. We had 1 for neck pain. To tell you that the major issue now lies on this stomach ache. That was one of the things that gave us concern here now. That this thing now, anything that has to do with stomach ache, either you eat something that your body does not accept, or something you drink something that your body does not accept, it can also cause some problem in the stomach. So that is where we discover that this thing now is more or less something common in the system there now. But where we face more challenge is the area that we cannot take care of it, like this bile issue. So I think this is one of the some of the things that we have recorded as our own observations in the center where we are serving with these children.
Okay. Have you tried, investigations, like ask questions? Do adults also experience this recurrent stomach ache in children?
Let me comment there. Why do they come up with these statistics?
Okay.
Having been challenged, we have spent so much. It appears as if, what is causing this? We brought in a community health worker, licensed. is work with us and carry out your professional duty and observation and come up with a report. So this person was able to serve with us for a complete period of about 3 months. And now came up with the report. And while report is doing, referrals is being carried out and we are spending for it. Approved first aid and what is being administered. And we come to realize that over the years and within that period, and even till I left this morning, stomach ache issue is a problem. I've recorded 3 this morning before I left for this studio. 3. So, and when we live in an environment where you discover that maybe water they are taking, food they are taking is constituting constant problem. I think I feel health issue is something that we as a center cannot handle. And we don't have enough resources that can be able to front the health needs of a multitude of children like that in the community. So that is why we are here to say, if there is need for further investigation, I think that should be appropriate ministry. I remember NEDC when this report was done, as we were carrying out our report secretly at the center, and we have started discussing with bodies. We remember that there were about 4 cases, yes, if I may be precise, of leprosy being detected in the land of the dead. Yes, NEDC was announced on here by the Minister of Health. So to tell you that if there is further investigation of why are children having this constant stomach problem and all of this, and we cannot be able to face it again. We refer to health centers and this thing keep repeating. So I think that has been our challenge. But again, we have also done a little bit of thing which I feel will go further as we.
But I think you need to step further to identify a few of these organizations, write to them and invite them to come and see, share your reports with them so they can take it up from there, because they may not be listening at this time. So it's left for you to identify a few of them, and you do more on air, of course. Whenever we're here, we talk about it more, and more persons get to
we have initiated one. We are always on, and we keep discovering. Everybody has a targeted project or complaint in the form. And you know, that is why we say rural welfare should be supported. Why?
Right.
We carry so much load that when they hear the number of children, the first thing that strikes their mind, can we be able to handle a community-based project? So we really need more people and more hands.
Okay, so in case you're listening here, we're still talking about preventing and treating health cases for orphans and vulnerable children in our society. And the Lutheran Welfare for Children at Riggs Development Center has been able to identify some of the recurrent problems and health challenges of children in Eleme Ogoniland. And of course, they need help, they need support. Agencies, organizations, health organizations, especially, and of course, if you're not into health, you can, you're a company, you're a firm, an industry, you can fund whatever it is you're doing from their account so that they have the finance to do even more. 177 children could do Nigeria a lot good if they would get good healthcare facilities and healthcare, of course, services. Yeah, so let's look at the state of the caregiver families to these children.
Okay. This is where we should talk about nutrition. Yeah, nutrition. You know, when a child feeds well, he grows well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even animal. But when you eat the wrong thing, you can't grow.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why every shepherd is interested to take the sheep to a greener pasture. Yeah, because if the goat or the sheep or the cow feeds well, even like this fowl we call layers. And once you begin to give them the layers, you begin to feed them well, and you see they change weight. The weight will increase. The fowl that somebody priced 1.5 before, now if the person touches it, it's at 3,000. To tell you that nutrition is very, very important. Even the same way it's important to animal, it's also important to human being. So now like my reverend have just said, to this, even if we make it community-based project, or we use the community-based approach, such caregivers needed support also. Yeah, the caregivers, like now, if they are into farming, if you're able to raise them a little cash that can help them hire more farm and plant more crops, they will make more harvest, and then that will increase their life, their standard of living. And if their standard of living is improved, that to say their level of feeding will increase, will change. Look at what happened like now. Even if somebody is a salary earner, once you receive the salary, that is when you cook the better soup. Once the month goes to 20th, you begin to manage. You begin to manage what you see, because at that moment now the money has dropped. So you see that something of that nature. But once the money is there now, even if they tell that this fish is 700, you don't price to so something of that nature. We're supposed to pay attention to the nutrition of these children, and there is no way we can do this now except empowering the caregivers. So that is where we can channel the resources to see that the caregivers receive the support that can help them take care of more people. Yeah, since they are not living in the center, but anything that is given on behalf of these children or given to their caregivers, there is none of them that are diverted. Even if you bring rice for them now, the rice can also be given to the caregivers so that the children now can feed well. If you have clothes now, the clothes can be given to the caregivers so that it can be, even when they see others wearing now, the caregiver can just put hand and then give them from that same place. So that they cannot get themselves or see themselves as people who are relegated in the society.